We are ready to dine with our food and wine columnist Shiva Reddy. And this week we're putting a spotlight on a community leader who has made it his life's work to fight food insecurity in his community. Shiva, hello there.
Hi, Gloria. How are you doing?
I am doing very well. So what can you tell us about the person you're shining a spotlight on this week? Chef TJ Conwi.
Yes, so he literally does it all. This is a parent who was just very curious. He saw that his school was in need and he asked a teacher, hey, how can I help? And with that, he co-founded a very cool program called the Lunch Lab. It's in partnership with Growing Chefs, where he essentially teaches food literacy in schools with a teacher, Brent Manfield. Now, this is in partnership with Fresh Roots. They are looking at farming practices, teaching kids how to farm food and how to create a plant-based diet, and then also to feed other students as well and have a hot lunch program. In addition to that, he also has Ono Kitchen. This he created during COVID to offer free meals through surplus foods and then donate them as well to nonprofits. And then during the Lapu-Lapu Day Festival Tragedy, he created a couple of things: the Vancouver Filipino Chef Meal Train, as well as the Senior Silog. This is a program that he created just to donate to families that were in need. The Senior Silog he just created as an Uber program so that he could send food to different families. But it's also there if you wanted to buy things yourself.
Wow, that's a lot to manage. I mean, how does Chef TJ manage it all?
You know what? He's very good at asking for help, which I love. It's the hardest thing to do. And with that as well, he understands that he may forego getting paid what he really needs. And so he knows that he just needs to show up. He needs to be in the room. He needs to have a seat at the table. So he's a part of different organizations. He's a part of Chef's Table Society as well as the Filipino community. And he wanted to work with different projects as well. So I had a conversation with Jessie Veenstra. She is the director of Farm to Cafeteria. This is a nonprofit that provides grants for opportunities like the lunch labs. Have a listen to what she thought of Chef TJ's work.
Chef TJ is somebody who is just actively seeking to transform the system in everything that he does. And he does so with such grace and such humility and creativity and, just maximizing all of the resources that are within his reach to do everything that he can to help people access and experience food in a way that is respectful and dignified. And I think he just embodies these qualities, and he's such a great leader and also exemplar for others to look to in terms of when it comes to thinking about and sharing food in our community.
And with that as well, he knows that many chefs do not have the capacity or the privilege or both to be able to be in those rooms just because of the high cost of living. They're stretched so thin. He also knows that a chef is needed at the table when it comes to school programming around food as well, to be able to provide that delicious food, but also nutrition as well. And then he works with companies like the nonprofits called Food Runners, allowing him to find different sources for food recovery and then make meals out of that as well.
It is really amazing to hear all of that. I mean, what motivates him? There's got to be, something that keeps him at this work.
And it's something that really gets to his own heart. Have a listen to a story of his own mom when he was growing up.
If you think about the numbers, 140,000 of us is here. That means 40,000 people are hungry. Right? But that's always stick to me. My mom came here by herself as a single parent trying to figure out how to get us all here. And at one point, I'm sure she was trying to figure out how to send us money and feed herself, and that to me, always sticks to me, right? So there's people out there, there's parents out there that are going through the same thing. I'm tearing up right now thinking about it, but there's somebody out there, just that one person. If I can get to that one person, I'm like, okay, I've made a difference.
And that percentage he was talking about was the amount of Filipino people within the community here that are food insecure as well. Now have a listen as well to what he really keeps him going and how he wants to make sure that kids have full bellies.
When we were trying to get food to the kids that were relying on the school meal program for that one good meal a day that they were having. So that's the most important to me, because the same people that we're going to be feeding our school are the same people that are going to change the world, the same people that are going to give equality. Like if the Filipino kids, Asians, everybody's eating the same thing, then that's where equality starts. I mean, that's where if they're learning the same way because they have the same full belly, then we can't say like one has more privilege than the other, right?
Well, he certainly sounds passionate about what he does and really a big picture guy, right? I mean, what else has he got planned?
Yeah, so something coming up pretty soon. You have the Landing Youth Program that will take place at Britannia, so commercial and first. This is a very holistic approach where he and the community are offering kids who are vulnerable from the downtown east side, specifically looking at the Indigenous community of the region, and offering them counseling help, offering homework help, learning how to cook, how to work with different kinds of food. There's also programs like a recording studio, a gym, a basketball court. He also looks to programs like in Victoria, like the Mustard Seed Street Church. And then have a listen to Brent Mansfield, his co-founder of the Lunch Lab program.
As school went back in, just seeing that there was still so much need and the number of community programs on the downtown east side and elsewhere that TJ and his team continue to support, right? And he's always the one of like, yes, we'll do it. And just kind of trusts and figures out the financial side. And, you know, he's a fantastic chef, so his team also do private catering. And they make it work, but they make it work in service of their programs, right? So what they're able to continue to do is fantastic. And he's done it without amazing infrastructure. And it's, you know, it was in the Italian Cultural Center or it was in Lord Robert. But, you know, if this is TJ delivering on challenging infrastructure, what can the man do with the right support and the right team and the right backing? I think he's just such a pillar in the city.
Yes, such a pillar indeed. So that was Brent Mansfield, and they work together on the Lunch Lab. And we've talked to Brent many times here in the studio about his program. But wow, I'm really glad you were able to shine a light on TJ because he sounds like someone who isn't the first person to come forward and say, hey, look what I'm doing. So it's really important when we're talking about this season of kindness too, Shiva. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is Shiva Reddy. She's our guide to the world of food and wine, and she joins us every other Monday here at On the Coast around this time.